So hey VLA family, we are back and we are going to get to work on our unicorn essay right away today. We're going to do a little bit of editing. We're going to be very casual about it. There are a lot of peer editing sheets on the internet that you can Google, but they'll basically go over the things that we're going to go over together today on the outline that we had gotten started last week. So I will get myself shrunk down, and here we go. So we had started here with this opening paragraph. Did you know the unicorn was alive in present day? Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus possessed such an animal in the 1980s. A unicorn is a mythical creature known for their beauty, their magical horns, and have been the subject of fascination since biblical times. In order to better understand the legend of the unicorn, one must look at it in greater detail. So you notice by reading it out loud, I learned a few things. And I changed that a little bit to just say one must look at it in detail because it was a little bit wordy. And then here it says in order to better understand. It says it's kind of a split infinitive. Let's see what the grammar rules say about that. So for clarity or conciseness, consider deleting or repositioning some or all of the words between to and the verb it is paired with. So to is right here, and the verb it's paired with is better. I might want to take that out. So I could say for one to understand the legend of the unicorn, one must look at it in greater detail. I really like that. I think that sounds pretty clean. So I'm going to keep that the way it is. Right here I say unicorns were said. We'll see what the grammar rule says. It says I have a passive voice. Well, we do tend to talk in the passive voice about some subjects, especially if they're not living today, like a unicorn. But I could say unicorns were a beautiful creature. I could just say unicorns were a beautiful creature, and that would be a little bit more definitive. I could say they were described. I'm going to leave that because they are, well, I could say they are described, right? Because we do still describe them that way. They are described as a white horse with long feathering. So it still wants to be a little bit passive, but I don't mind that. Sometimes it was said. So I could say, we're going to take out sometimes. Doesn't matter. It's just wordiness. I'm just going to say, it was said that only a virgin girl could see them. And again, when we get into some of these words, it's going to be in the passive voice. The magical horn has been described in several colors. I don't mind that. The horn was said to purify, I'm just going to say able. I'm going to take the hearsay out of it. Other creatures like to live in the forest. Their horns, when separated from the beast, could be ground up. You could say were ground up to nullify poisons and make medicines. The unicorn also used its horn as a protective weapon in the event of being hunted. I don't mind that. I'm going to leave that the way it is. In the famous unicorn tapestries, the unicorn was hunted for its horn, to protect itself lethally. The unicorn is also celebrated as fictional works like The Last Unicorn, and the magical beast is also referenced in the Bible. Comparisons show the unicorn to be like the Virgin Mary, and there's a battle between an elephant and a unicorn. Now, in conclusion, the unicorn has been renowned as a myth since the dawns of man. You can see that's a mistake I found just by reading it aloud. So these are all things you can do for your paper to get some of this flowing better. While circuses may have engineered a goat to look like a unicorn, there's been no confirmed sightings. While it's wonderful to think such a beast existed, it was more likely that rhinos or narwhals, and I spelled that wrong, so that got fixed for me. I say, however, the panda was thought to be a myth prior to confirmed discovery, so I guess you never know. So this line, so I guess you never know, because I say I guess, I take this into a more personal zone by using the word I. It's not good to have I or you in a formal paper. So I would say, however, the panda was thought to be a myth prior to confirmed discovery, so stranger things have happened. See how I made the same statement without saying I? And that would be fine. And yeah, I'm going to leave this in passive thought because it was something that happened in the past. This panda was thought. So that was just a very quick reading over a paper. These are things that you can go over. You could always copy and paste into a Word document, but I also think that Google gives you these same tips. You could try and Google a peer editing website. You could just rearrange some of your sentences to, make it smoother, but reading it out loud is generally a really good idea. So, for right now, that's about where we are. I want you to maybe get someone to read your essay, if you're writing an essay along with us, and get them to look at it and give you some ideas. It's always good to have others read it, and that's how we become better writers. So, until next time, see if I can manage to bring myself up here without being too upside down. I don't know. There I am. Yeah, I managed to change myself right, so I thought that was pretty good. So until next time, I want everyone to stay cool out there today. It is going to be a scorcher. I heard 88 by 6 p.m., so I've already been out and about, and it is quite warm. So stay cool, stay healthy, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Peace out, guys.